magpapakilala ulit ako. I'm Natasha Rivera, and I'm the one behind mommytasha.com and workfromhomebewasome.com. So mommytasha.com is my VA blog. That's also where I direct my potential clients to. So they would know the services that I offer, and also how I write my blog posts. And then work from home, beawesome.com. That's my membership site for people who also want to start working from home as virtual assistants, specifically techie VA like me. What I focus on is the technical side of the client's business, like WordPress, and also setting up their membership sites, sales funnels, and email marketing automation. Our topic is, what is a virtual assistant? Because a lot of people have been asking me about how to be a VA, how they can be a VA, and then a lot more people are asking me about what is a virtual assistant. Because for example, when I go outside to my son's school, they ask me what I do, and I tell them that I'm a virtual assistant. So I get a lot of mixed reactions. So first is that they don't know what a virtual assistant is. So what is a virtual assistant? A virtual assistant, usually it's actually a trend now in other countries like the US and the UK. So they were the first because they have great internet there. So a virtual assistant is someone who works from home like me, and the virtual assistant is kind of like a support staff who helps his or her client in whatever your clients need. So we have a lot of virtual assistants here in the Philippines, I think. So because I've met a lot of them now, and many are also aspiring to be a virtual assistant because they also want to work from home there. So anything that you can do in an office, usually a virtual assistant can do it for a client. So we usually have an admin VA. So VA is short for virtual assistant. So usually admin VA, that's the one who manages client schedules, and then the client's calendar, client emails. So kind of like a admin staff, like a secretary in an office. And then we also have virtual assistants who are into design. So usually those virtual assistants make posters and social media posts for the clients, and they usually use Adobe Photoshop. If not Adobe Photoshop, what we're using now is Canva because it's easier. And then there are virtual assistants like me who are what I call a techie VA. So what does a techie VA like me do? So I help my clients with setting up the techie stuff in their business. So it's like their WordPress websites. So I actually did not take up IT in college. So I just learned it by myself. My course in college was fine arts and I majored in painting. But now I'm working as a techie virtual assistant and I'm working from home. So what I do is I help my clients with their WordPress websites, and I also help them set up their membership site. So usually membership sites, we use WordPress for it, or Thinkific, or right now the new one is Invanto. And then I also help them set up their email automation and sales funnels. So I use tools like ActiveCampaign, MailerLite, MailChimp, and ClickFunnels. That's hot right now. ClickFunnels is hot, so because it's very easy to use, but there is still a learning curve. So your clients would still need your help on those tools because usually clients with small businesses, they need help in setting up those techie stuff so they could concentrate on improving or making money for their business so that they could concentrate in talking with their own clients and then creating content, for example, for their membership sites, courses, or also their podcasts. I asked people working from home now about the advantages of working from home, and I'm very happy with their answers. And I'll give my own answers too. So, what are the advantages for me of working from home? So, the number one advantage for me of working from home is time freedom. So working from home gave me more time. So it did not increase the 24 hours in a day, but it gave me more time for myself. So right now, I can sleep all I want because I love to sleep and I love to eat and I love reading. So I can sleep all I want. I can eat all I want. And also I can read all the books that I want to read. And then I also have more time for my family. So now my two sons are eating. So usually we eat here at home with the whole family because before when I was working in the BPO industry, I needed to go to work around 6 p.m. So around 6 in the evening. So I would be at work at around 8 or 9 p.m. in the evening. So it did not give me time to have dinner with my family or have breakfast with my family. But now we can have more meals with the whole family now. So we have breakfast and dinner with the family because lunch, my kids are still at school and my husband is also at work. So we have breakfast and dinner with each other, and that's every day. And then I also am happy that even if we don't sleep in the same room anymore with my sons, I'm happy that I'm here while they are sleeping. So I know that they're safe. And then, for example, my eldest, sometimes he gets night terrors. So I can handle his night terrors myself. And then number two, advantage for me of working from home is that I don't have schedules. There. So I can work anytime that I like as long as I finish the task within the deadline that me and my client agreed to. So I don't have to, for example, if you have a regular job, you don't need to work from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. because that's the regular time. Or for example, when I was in a BPO industry before, it's 9 p.m. to I think 6 a.m. So I don't need to follow a schedule anymore, which is great there. So you can take breaks as long as you want to, right? Or you can even, for example, go to the mall if you get bored inside your house. So that's a really great advantage of working from home. And then number three that I've thought of That's a big advantage of working from home is that no commute. I don't need to commute anymore. So no more traffic. Before, when I was working in Taguig, I needed to be outside of the house at least 3 hours before my work starts because I needed to list myself in our shuttle. We had a shuttle before, but it's still traffic. So I needed to be at least 3 hours early before my shift. And I know Joanna also shares the same sentiment. Traffic every day, actually. Every day. Even Saturdays and Sundays, it's still traffic in Taguig and Makati. So it's really a big thing for me that I don't need to commute every day anymore because that's a lot of hours spent just on commute time alone. Every day is hell day traveling. That's right. So when you're working from home, it's not only all good. So there are also disadvantages too in working from home. So for my disadvantages of working from home, the number one disadvantage for me is you need to pay for your SSS, PhilHealth, Pag-ibig, and healthcare by yourself. So that's the biggest disadvantage for me because you'll need to go through a whole lot of lines. So SSS, PhilHealth, Pag-ibig, they have long lines if you need to update, for example, from being employed to self-employed or being a voluntary member. So you need to update your membership with them, with those three companies or government entities there. So you need to do it yourself, and then you don't have your employer or an employer to do it for you anymore. So you need to pay them yourself. They have deadlines, and then if you miss the deadline, there are penalties. So usually what I recommend is you pay it for a whole year. And then health maintenance organization. I had free HMO before with my previous company because it was a BPO company. So now that I'm working from home, I'm working for myself, I needed to find an HMO company that is cost effective, not that expensive if you get it individually, because usually HMOs are expensive. Usually HMO companies are expensive if you get it individually. So I really needed to do a lot of research in order to find that right HMO company that I can sign up individually for myself and also for my family, for my two kids. And number two is it's a good thing that you don't have a schedule, but that also means that you need to be disciplined. You need to have discipline to make sure that you work when you need to work. So sometimes it's great to watch TV because right now while I'm working, I'm also watching, for example, Netflix. And right now I'm watching the Shark Tank series, so I could get business ideas from that. So but make sure that you don't forget to work. Yeah, there. So I recommend that you have a schedule for working. So usually I'm talking with my client and I'm also working around 6 p.m. to 12 a.m. because the house is quiet and nobody bothers me during those times. So I find myself more effective during those times. So I recommend that you find a schedule for yourself too when you're working from home, a definite schedule on when you will do actual work. and not just watch Netflix there. Or for example, if it's helpful for you, you can also go to co-working spaces. But I really don't enjoy going outside of the house, so that's why I enjoy working from home. So I just work here at my space in our living room. So if that works for you, I would also recommend you have your own desk where nobody else can use it, only you can use it. So that would be like your home office or your home desk there. So that's it. I only have a desk here, and in front of me is the TV and our sofas there. And then another disadvantage is the no ligo day, the no bath day. So sometimes when you're working, you get engrossed in your work and you forget to take a bath. So I need to remember to take a bath every day when I'm working from home. Right now, I usually take a bath during the nighttime. Yeah, because if it's not that hot, I usually forget to take a bath because it's cold. Especially if it's cold, I intentionally forget it. There. So those are my top 3 disadvantages of working from home. What are the different kinds of virtual assistants, and also what kind of services you can offer to your clients if you become a virtual assistant or if you are a virtual assistant. So we actually have a lot of services that we can offer clients as a virtual assistant. And we also have different kinds of virtual assistants. The basic one, the most common one that I was seeing before when I started out as a virtual assistant is the general admin VA. So the most common one usually is the admin or general virtual assistant. So that's when you help your client with their calendar, managing their calendars, managing their, for example, their bookings, and then managing their emails. So that usually is what an admin virtual assistant does. And then we can also interview a general VA next time. So we'll know what they do really, because I'm not an admin VA there. And then we also have the designer VA, the creative virtual assistant. So this virtual assistant usually helps clients with design. So designing social media banners, posters, social media posts in Facebook, especially in Instagram there. We also have those kinds of virtual assistants. And then the third one, the most common one too, is the techie VA. So I'm a techie VA, a techie virtual assistant, and I help my clients with their WordPress website. So I create and update and maintain their WordPress websites for them. And my specialty is helping online course creators fix their websites and also set up their online courses for them. So that's from the sales page to the techie stuff, like putting in the courses so that they could charge people to get the course, and then also plus the email marketing automation. So they could email potential people who would enroll in their courses and also people who have already enrolled in their courses there. And then right now, I have a few students who also enjoyed podcast editing. So we can call them as a podcast editor VA there. So usually I also do this. I help some clients with editing their podcasts and also creating their show notes, plus putting in their social media posts for that specific type of podcast. And then I also help them put their podcast on their websites and also put it on iTunes and Libsyn or wherever they want their podcast to be. So usually they call it like the podcast producer slash editor, virtual assistant there. And then on our comments, so we have Janet. Janet is a superhero VA. So she says that it's effective in her cover letter. So you can also try that one, superhero VA. But again, make sure that your skills equals superhero VA there. Why is it important for you to know your skills or your niche as a virtual assistant? It's because if you're all over the place, then it would be harder for you to find a client. So I would recommend if you are just starting out to stick to one skill or one, two, or three skills, for example, because sometimes those skills are connected. So, for example, if you want to be a techie virtual assistant, then you can focus on that. So, you learn WordPress and then other stuff that comes along with WordPress and then email marketing because that's usually what they connect with WordPress. For example, ActiveCampaign, MailChimp, MailerLite. So, it would help you set yourself, it will help you be unique in a pool of virtual assistants. So if everyone is doing it and then you say that you're, for example, the go-to virtual assistant in that skill, then the client would go to you because that's your niche. Instead of going to a general virtual assistant, for example, if they really want to have their online course done perfectly, then they would go to an online course creator VA, something like that. So niching down. And this is also timely because one of my clients who I edit podcasts for, she also talked about niching down in business. So if you have any other questions about working from home and about being a virtual assistant, you can ask them here below in the comments there, or you can reply to my emails if you are on my email list, or you can also visit my website, mommytasha.com. So thank you so much again. Have a great Holy Week.
Please subscribe to our channel and hit that notification bell button to be updated of our videos.
Smash like and comment down below if you have any more suggestions for the channel.